has moved forward on a measure to reopen the federal government. The bill, which passed a procedural vote by a 60-40 margin, would fund the government until January the 30th and include funding for 3 full-year appropriations. If passed, the bill must be approved by the House and signed by President Trump. The measure includes a key Democratic win, a vote in December on extending subsidies under the Affordable Care Act, which have been set to expire. Additionally, federal workers will be protected from being fired until January the 30th, with back pay for all federal employees, including military personnel and air traffic controllers. With the Senate reconvening on Monday, Republican leaders are hoping to reach a partisan deal to fast-track the passage and avoid extending the shutdown into next weekend. Joining us now is Dr. Satoru Nagao. He's a fellow at the Hudson Institute and he joins us live from Tokyo in Japan. Thank you very much, Dr. Nagao, for joining us. It's a pleasure to have you. A huge development coming out of the United States, and after over 40 days of the government being shut down, there seems to be some progress. How significant is this development?
This is very significant because in the near future, if this shutdown continue, all of the flight will be stopped. But this is the season of the Thanksgiving and Christmas. So end of this month, if the flight will end, the flight will not taking off, most of the people will be very upset, and it will affect the midterm election next year. And in case of the food stamp, which is food delivered to the few income people, this is also a crisis if the governmental budget is shutting down. So that's why this is a very important deal to prepare the end of this year, and this is the most important event for the United States. But originally, what happened is the Democrat side want to use this chance to rise their popularity because the government's policy is a failure because of the shutdown. That is the logic. So that's why the Republicans' failure is a problem. Because of the problem of shutdown, the Democrats want to say. So shutdown is exploitable. And the next year's midterm election, so this situation will be an advantage for the opposition parties, they believe. But as a response, governmental side, Republican side, lay off many governmental workers, or stop the many budgets, lack of the budget, so automatically stop many budgets, not for emergency. So that's why the Republican side also choose a hawkish stance to reply the Democratic tactics. So that's why in the midterm election, which one will be more damaged is a matter of concern. And finally, their decision is 8 Democrats politicians change the stance to join the Republicans' move, and in the Senate, the 60s they get with the 100. So this means that the governmental shutdown will be end. So that has happened.
Yes, and Dr. Nagao, how much economic relief will this bring, both in the US and globally?
This will be the big impact, of course, because the Christmas season is the most biggest economic event. So many countries rely on the U.S. market still. That's why President Trump's decision to impose tariff is influential, because many countries rely on the U.S. market. But if the most important event in the year, which is the Christmas season, will be season of the shutdown, of course, the economy is also damaged, and international business is also damaged. So that's why the many countries cannot get the benefit through the market in the United States in the most important event season. That is the damage, I think.
Yes, Dr. Nagao, do stay with us as we have further updates coming out of the United States. Global stock markets surged today as investors grew optimistic that the US government shutdown is nearing its end. The shutdown, now in its 5th week, has caused uncertainty in the economy, but news of a potential resolution helped boost market confidence. Stock markets in the Asia-Pacific saw significant gains, with South Korea's Kospi leading the charge, rising nearly 3%. Japan's Nikkei 225 and Hong Kong's Hang Seng slowly followed. up by 1.3 and 1.5% respectively. US futures for S&P 500 and Nasdaq 100 also climbed ahead of the market's reopening. Oil prices also rose on the same optimism, with Brent crude rising 0.79% to $64.13 a barrel as markets react to the latest political developments. Analysts are hopeful for a swift resolution to the shutdown, which could also help stimulate the global economy. Joining us now once again is Dr. Nagao. Markets here have reacted instantly, and the shutdown is not over technically. Airline and oil stocks have climbed. Is this optimism justified?
Of course, these investors, rich people, want to get more money. Before the other people move, they need to move. Because if the stock is not expensive now, if the economy recovers, it will rise the price. This means that the gap between the low cost and higher prices will be their benefit. So that's why they try to move faster than others is their move. In this case, news came to the shutdown will end. This is a good news, and the economy will rise up. This means that they need to buy as soon as possible before other people buy it. So that's why this price will rise. But at the same time, the reality is real economy will come later, not just now. So this is because of the investment that the situation has happened. But at the same time, the reality is the real situation will come a little bit later, not just now.
Yes, Dr. Nagao, thank you very much for joining us and bringing us your insight on that situation unfurling in the United States. We will, of course, bring you all the updates here on NewsX World. Now, over to the United Kingdom, and Deborah Turner